A lot of people think that you will be running for president in 2028. Can we expect that?
I just think that I don't like thinking about it because I like thinking about the job that I have right now. And if we do a good job in 2025 and 2026, then we can talk about the politics in 2027. I feel very confident the President of the United States is in good shape, is going to serve out the remainder of his term and do great things for the American people. And if, God forbid, there's a terrible tragedy, I can't think of better on-the-job training than what I've gotten over the last 200 days. It's frankly way too early to be thinking about 2026. It's certainly way too early to be thinking about 2028.
But you are expecting to run for president in 28.
I'm not going to break that news today, Maria.
Of course, I'm a bottomless void of ambition. I've never cared about a single position I've held. I've only ever used it as a springboard to the next, vainly hoping that someday I'll reach a position where I'll achieve some peace, some life satisfaction, knowing deep down that that's never going to happen. And yet I pursue that next opportunity regardless. And so formally, JD Vance is pretending not to be looking forward. If you know a goddamn thing about JD Vance, you know that that is the only thing he's thought about for literally years. Not a single consideration as to why he should be president or what he'd use that power for. He just needs it and it has to be mine. And along the way, it would be impolite, it would be uncouth to just say that he wants it, even though that line about on-the-job training gives away the game pretty much. Yeah, big on-the-job training of taking a vacation more than once a month and killing the Pope. Very good on-the-job training. And he has to tell lies because he has to be so deferential to Trump, saying that he's in good shape or whatever. Yeah, have you seen the curves on those cankles? That guy's a lion, he's never going down. He dreams every day of Donald Trump's cardiovascular system collapsing. So anyway, that's all ridiculous. And when you look behind the scenes, there's other evidence that he's taking this more seriously than he wants you to think. There's apparently this weird fundraising deal going on that might benefit this future run of his that he's totally not thinking about. So many of Trump's recent fundraising emails, as well as the donation button on his official website, direct contributors to make donations that put 5% of the totals into JD Vance's PAC, the ironically titled Working for Ohio. That apparently got him about $245,000 in May and June alone. And that is interesting. So first of all, that Trump would give even a couple $100,000 to another human being is noteworthy. He generally doesn't care about anyone other than himself, but also that Trump didn't have that same sort of donation sharing arrangement during his first term with Vice President Mike Pence. And that money could have been useful not just for Mike Pence to like run for president someday, but like maybe to hire some personal security to stop Donald Trump's supporters from murdering him. That would have been useful money, but he didn't have that sort of deal. And so either he's actually trying to fund some money to JD Vance, or Grandpa has no idea what's going on and JD Vance just got that thing set up and Trump doesn't even know about it. It's also a kind of laughably small amount of money. $200,000 is nothing. That's not gonna really help you run for president or whatever. But it is interesting, Sharon, what do you think?
Yeah, it is interesting, and it's clear that JD Vance, who, by the way, probably should have kept his head way down at that restaurant when Trump was heckled and the word Hitler was uttered, because remember, he said it. He's Hitler, okay? But I think obviously, okay, he wants the Oval Office. He may have asked the Pope for the early demise maybe of the president. I wouldn't put it past him. Again, there's no center there morally. And I think Usha's measuring the drapes. I do. This is a foregone conclusion. I also thought about this, although he's old, but they'll do this little thing if he is on board, like Putin did, pretending that, oh, there's an election. He's kind of stepped aside like he did in the past, but he's still really running things. So who knows? Trump, as long as he's alive, wants to look over his shoulder if he even vacates and doesn't run. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there is no world where he does not try as hard as he can. And meanwhile, I want everyone to remember, he wants you to believe that he's getting on-the-job training. In terms of what? What is he doing with his time? Like usually vice presidents will have their own like private thing that they do that never comes to anything and it's just a waste of time, but at least they're like pursuing something. What is he doing exactly? Like heckling Zelensky? I don't know. Just standing by as the Epstein cover-up continues? What's that?
Sorry.
The signal gate?
He did. Yeah, he didn't even kind of he moderated that.
Yeah, I don't know. Not much of a record necessarily, which could actually hurt him because there's a lot of Republican governors that are going to be doing all sorts of insane, racist, misogynistic stuff to generate names for themselves. Whereas JD Vance just kind of has to stand behind Trump and watch their collective name go down and down in the polls. I wonder if becoming vice president seems now as great of a strategy as it did when he said yes to it. I don't know.